Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen. We are kicking off stream, starting off with IGL match between the Beta Male Wolves and Intercept Artemis, as both these teams are looking for their first win in this IGL season today. Kicking off, we should have the game at the top of the hour. As we are waiting on the players to be able to join up into the lobby. As talked about, they should be in here later. We also will have back-to-back games from the same tier and division, where we are casting Europe Tier 3 Division 4. Going at it this time with a little bit different approach, where we'll get to see teams who already have competed up against each other. As I'm looking past their schedules, both these teams have played up against the two that do come directly after this one. As we're seeing it early, and it looks like Intercept Artemis is having some fans in the chat here. Let it be known that Artemis is in the chat and rooting strong. Then we have some fans from all over joining in on this one. I'm looking at it over the schedule, and that I would say it looks like Elmo would be the name on IGL that I was looking at. So I would say it does check that you definitely could be a sub for Artemis, but it's still good to have you in the chat, and who knows, maybe we'll be casting you if something ends up happening later. Hodge is going to be a BMW fan. He is for the Beta Male Wolves. And then Shadow as well. Kicking it off with the hype early in chat. So for Beta Male Wolves, the names that I have are Nokia, Diddy, First Boyfriend, Coleon, and Excellent. While for Intercept Artemis, we have Iva, TXR, Menza, Shadow, and Elmo. So you can kind of tell in the chat right now that it is definitely Intercept Artemis sided. Team Shadow for Sonic Gus. So as we do see the Intercept Artemis players joining here relatively early, and with them comes the Beta Male Wolf. So we can get this one underway. We will ask both teams to make sure they are, and of course, ready. We will start this one up as Colian got in the lobby. If everyone can, join quick. Join, please do. It is all good. We do find all players in the lobby and in the game. Starting this off, right off kickoff, Iva and Colian meet up at the center. Diddy plays off sidewall as he takes forward. Well, 50 with Menza, and it ends up 50ing towards the net. And Diddy is able to put that one home directly off the starting kickoff. 1-0 lead early. As we are seeing Beta Male Wolves jump out to the early lead in this one. Back at the kickoff, Menza and Colian meet up. Plays to the sidewall. Ava and Colian on it. Ava with a quick fake. Drops into Shadow. That one comes high. Nokia does need to make a save on the first touch there. Drops down. Menza looking for a touch towards center as this gets popped high by Nokia, where Colian pushes it wide of the net. In this position, Shadow takes, throws it back towards the center. Out to Menza. Menza playing to the side. Flick past Colian. Up the wall. Trying to play back down. Back down on the ground. Menza with a 50 off the wall where Nokia takes and plays into the orange half. In the orange half, Nokia with a pinch that does end up going all the way across the net. No one is there for the Wolves to be able to reach it. Menza takes back down. Flicks tries to flick Colian, but he ends up getting a touch of it, and that 150 is back across. Here we see Shadow go for it, and it will end up falling to Menza. Menza on the ground play, 50s with Diddy, comes back across to the center. Ava plays far blue side corner, tries up for it, not quite. Shadow plays back down, Menza takes, off corner, back to himself where he will be met by Colian. Once again, back into the corner, Menza plays out, but Diddy deals with this one and pushes it aside, where Shadow ends up coming into the rotation. Shadow trying to beat it, does at least get past Colian, but not quite able to beat to a teammate, and Nokia will possess into the orange half. In the orange half, Iva ends up getting this one. Plays back down and across where Shadow looks like he's sitting. Shadow plays high and up, but Nokia is there for the read to keep this right about center field. Menza plays forward and into the blue side half. Diddy with a touch on out, and then looks like a shot that went just wide. Ava with a touch that also ends up going for Diddy. Menza diving in at this one, not quite able to get to it. Back on the ground. Ava with the bump. Menza ends up shooting it. Hits the crossbar and hits the far pipe, but doesn't quite end up finding its way into the net. As we recuperate here, Shadow with the drop down to the center, and once again was met well by the defense. Menza gets a shot, and Diddy is there for that one. Nokia plays on out where Menza takes, once again back into the corner, cuts on Colian, and he is able to put that one home to tie this up. We see a 1-1 game here between the Beta Male Wolves and Intercept Artemis on that goal. With the quick cut shot, ends up beating the defender to tie it back up. 2:35 left to play, both teams tied. At the kickoff circle, Nokia looks like they push this one forward, where Shadow will end up playing off sidewall and ends up dropping center. Diddy ends up reading this one and plays back into the orange half. As he plays and almost gets a shot to go, but ends up going just far wide. And Nokia will take this one towards the center. Iva will make sure it doesn't go towards the net. From here, Shadow and Colian looking to 50. Shadow ends up winning out. Plays towards the front of the blue net. Goes high and across. And Nokia will try to make the play on this one, but Iva will push it back to the corner. As this comes back out, Diddy is there for it, and he makes the read and puts it far pipe just inside, and will convert to once again give the Beta Male Wolves the lead. 2-1 we find ourselves in this game with Beta Male Wolves leading. 1:55 left to play. Back at the kickoff circle, Diddy and Shadow end up meeting, and Nokia and Menza 50 as well. Colian fires a shot on that one, and Ava's not quite able to get to it, so they will find Beta Male Wolves will find themselves scoring right off this kickoff with a good shot from Colian. And back to the center we go. Beta Male Wolves and Intercept Artemis ends up falling back into the orange half. Nokia trying to play on this one. Plays high. That will be falling back down to Iva. Iva tries to take this one up into the air, not quite able to get another touch on it, and Diddy will push towards the corner. Shadow plays across, and he ends up taking a boost, but Nokia will read it out of the air, and it will go back into the orange half. Iva looking for a play on it with a quick touch, but it pinches back across Bacolian to Menza, and Menza takes here. Menza with a quick pop over Bacolian. Bacolian does get a piece of it, and then a pinch from Shadow towards the front of the net, but it is dealt with by Diddy. Iva and Diddy trying to go for it. Shadow plays off to the far side corner, looking for his team to have possession. Menza up, Menza towards the center, but Diddy is there equal to the task to make sure a clearance is had on that one. Back at the center line, 50 into the orange corner. As Diddy will find himself with the ball, trying to play this one back out towards center, and it still finds itself in the corner. Bacolian has it pop high, Nokia up, but Ava is there for the beat. Ava with the aerial mechanics beats another Bacolian with the last second save. Ends up saving a goal. Big game-changing moment. Back at it. 50 between Iva and Nokia. Shadow and Diddy up for this one, and it ends up falling back down. Bacolian with a quick pop towards the net. Menza is equal to the task, making sure he pushes this wide and tries to take possession forward. Nokia is on the wall, clears it back into the orange half where it's taken by Iva. 5 seconds left. This one's all but locked. Can we see any last second goals to create some hype tension in this one? And that's where it will kill out in the corner. And we see Beta Male Wolves taking game 1 in this one. Waiting for all players to ready up. Make sure everyone does have the proper time, and if they are changing anything, they can do so. All right. With that, it looks like all players are at least ready, as we will load back in this one. I see all 7, and we should be good to go. And the field is fully kitted. Back to the center we go for game 2, where Beta Male Wolves find themselves up 1. Off the center, Bacolian plays high off the side wall, as this is looking like it's going to drop. Nokia with a quick shot, but Shadow is there to make the read on that one. Menza pushes off the side wall, up to Shadow. Shadow with the soft touchback down towards center. Menza takes across here, plays out of the corner and pops high, but Nokia pushes that one back outside. Here Menza and Iva turn on it. Iva ends up firing a shot, but Diddy is there and makes the read to ensure that one doesn't find the back of his net. Back in front of the net, a little chaos happening, but blue defense able to push it to the side. Diddy pops this high into the orange half. Off the wall, finds it himself, and he shoots it, and he will convert on this one. Diddy has been finding those reads off the back wall into shot very well so far in this series. He's finding himself putting Beta Male Wolves up 1 in game 2. Shadow Nokia off the kickoff, and Diddy is there for it. Menza with a great save to make sure that that does not end up finding himself with the 2-goal deficit. Pops it up to Shadow. Shadow with the read off the back wall. Back down. Not quite able to get back around it, and that finds itself going back into the orange half where Iva takes. Iva plays down. Nokia meets here. Nokia playing towards center, trying to go far side as it's up in the air. Somehow gets a demo mid-air with it. This one will find itself bouncing back and forth between the sides. Diddy and Shadow 50, and this one heads back out towards center where Iva takes. Iva with the quick flick off the back wall, up high. Menza was up, not quite able to get to it. Shadow and Diddy find themselves going at this one as it stays down towards center. Colian with the shot, and Iva with the save. Iva taking off this side wall, flicks past the second defender, and Menza ends up taking here, looking for the demo play. The demo to open up the front. Nokia and Shadow. Nokia was well enough to at least make sure he did not have it where the first shot would go, and it is enough time bought in order for this ball to roll across the front. Back into the blue side half. Nokia pinching off the back wall to force this one outwards. Shadow looking for a pass across, and ends up jumping back down where Menza was up. Iva with the attempt at a shot, not quite there. Shadow pops this one back towards the net. Iva looking for a redirect. Colian is able to make the save on that one. Out of the corner, Colian plays, tries to flick. Menza meets him there. Menza playing back down where Diddy will clear this. And Iva takes off sidewall, fires one towards the net. And Colian with the last second touch. It is still high in front. Iva trying to get a touch on it, but Nokia will get the clear. Menza plays to the sidewall where Nokia is waiting. Nokia with the play. Menza meets Nokia in the corner, and Shadow will play on out in towards the blue half. In the blue half, we have Shadow going for it. Uncertain of what happened there, but Colian finds a double demo on the back to enforce a little bit less pressure. Here we are, Iva and them back at it. Colian with the hit up into the offensive half, and Iva pushes this one wide. Diddy tries to play back toward the center as it finds itself across where Menza possesses. Menza with the possession, tries to flick Nokia. Nokia reads the high, and ends up pushing this one back in front of the orange net. In front of the orange net, Diddy with a shot that ends up finding itself just wide. Aya plays out to Menza, and Menza follows into the corner where he meets Colian. Colian with the 50 out. This looks like Shadow needs to get a touch on it to take, and it ends up getting left for Colian. Colian with high into another read, but it also goes high. And as this ball comes back out towards the center, a bump by Colian to try to keep possession. Colian plays into the side, met by Menza, and Shadow will meet Nokia out in front of the net to push this one back into the blue half. In the blue half, off the sidewall, Shadow up. Diddy ends up getting touched into Menza shooting, where another save is to be had by the blue defense. As this pops back out center for Diddy, and Diddy finds himself shooting just high and wide, making it not quite able to find the back of the net on that one. Back down we go. Nokia in the offensive half, playing across. Menza plays back out towards where the ball originally came from. Looking at this one, across. Iva trying to play up, trying to get an air dribble, but is met by Nokia. Shadow plays high up for Menza. Menza with a quick, soft touch, but Colian is there for the shot on that one. Back in the defensive half, Iva plays up, cuts past one, back to the sidewall, leaving for Shadow. Shadow takes, trying to go high, bouncing back towards the center. Menza not quite able to get it as it's dealt with by the blue defender, and Diddy finds himself on a breakaway and puts it. It hits high and down into his car, and once again ends up crossbarring it and out. Still finding itself inside the orange half. Iva pushes this one to the sidewall where Menza tries to play forward. Menza going for a touch, and Diddy is not able to quite get another one on that one. Nokia drops it down and finds itself in front where Iva is there for it, and Iva converts. We find ourselves with a 1-1 game with 7 seconds left. Intercept Artemis is going to force over, looking like they're going to force at least an overtime on this one as long as they can hold out for the next 7 seconds, pulling back to even. Back at the kickoff, Nokia pushes it forward towards Diddy. Diddy's not quite able to get the read on it. Back out center, up high, up for Shadow. Shadow down to Menza. Menza with a touch, but not quite able to get it towards the net. And that's where the ball kills, and we'll find ourselves in overtime. Back at the kickoff circle, Shadow, Nokia, and Menzo and Colian all find themselves there. Diddy diving in, but it ends up dropping for Colian. And actually, Ava takes possession. Ava with the quick bounce dribble on it and flicks it towards the opposing net and will put that one away. So Intercept Artemis find themselves taking a 2-1 win in the second game, evening the series back up. Here we see 2 goals in 15 seconds to complete the comeback, as it ends up kicking out relatively quick in overtime. Both teams in a tight contest as we look forward to Game 3, split series, 1-1. We have at least 2 more games to play. Alright, all players are seeming ready from the last game. All players are in lobby. They saw my profile pic. That is indeed plastic memories. Nokia pushes this one high and wide. Menza playing towards the front with a 50, but Diddy is there for the task, pushing it back to the side where he will try to possess this one. Plays on out, not quite able to get back to the ball, but ends up faking a defender with a quick pop, trying to put it on just wide, back out to the front where Iva will deal with it. Colian plays off the sidewall, Nokia up for it. Nokia with the touch off the back wall, just hide down in front. Shadow does clear the task. Diddy back up off the sidewall, looking for it once again, trying to find it where he can get another chance for himself, but unable to. Menza pushes it. Menza up high. Menza with the air dribble. Menza putting on it. Not quite as Diddy is able to make the save on that one with the reach, and finds himself seeming like the orange team might have sent the house, so Diddy will put this one back home, giving the Beta Male Wolves a 1-goal lead. For the third straight game, Beta Male Wolves find themselves up early. We do have it where there is the anime connection of the fans in chat right now. As a quick shot from Colian ends up hitting the pipe and not quite able to find the back of it. Shadow back out. Nokia playing onwards. Menza collects with this one, forces it wide, pushes it to the corner. Shadow ends up trying to take. Menza is not quite able to get to it, and Diddy will find himself in the center with the touch across from Nokia, making sure that he converts on this scoring opportunity, giving the Beta Male Wolves the 2-0 lead. Diddy is having himself a series today. Back at the kickoff circle, Colian and Shadow meet. Diddy once again in the air trying for something. It looks like it gets away from him, but back down to Nokia, and Nokia will convert that one off the pass, off the back wall from Diddy, and we'll find themselves with Beta Male Wolves scoring. And the Beta Male Wolves want it to be known that they are Beta Male Wolfing this lobby up. Back out to the center from Iva and Menza. Back towards the orange side half. Shadow tries to make a play, but Colian ends up there centering, and he ends up pinching one in with the last defender for the save, and he'll find another one. It's 4-0 to the Beta Male Wolves on this. It seems like they found a groove where Colian ends up dunking the defender. Back off kickoff. Iva playing high. Shadow ends up getting a touch on it, but is met by a blue defender. Back down for Iva. Iva with a fired shot at the net, and will convert on the 50 from Shadow and the blue defenders earlier. Reads it well off the wall, and as soon as it pops out, make sure they put that one into the net when the Blues ended up having an unfortunate double commit, leading to a great scoring opportunity for Intercept Artemis. Intercept Artemis still finds himself down 3 with 3 minutes left. Can they find the answer to continue their offensive entourage? Plays back. Diddy playing across Nokia, but Iva does read this one and plays on. Colian intercepts back towards the orange side net, where this one ends up bouncing all the way across. Iva pushes back down. Menza will take. Menza looking for something, tries to dribble, hits into the corner off of the 50, where this ends up going high, and Colian pushes it out. Back at it. Menza throwing across. Diddy is there. Diddy fires a shot, goes just wide, tries to double up, not quite able to. Shadow plays under Colian quickly and back out towards it. Diddy ends up taking possession, where Iva will meet. Iva into the orange side half, plays out, looking for some aerial mechanics. Off the ceiling, gets a touch on it as Dizzy plays this up, down to Menza. Menza with the shot across, and he converts on that one. We find ourselves now with Intercept Artemis only trailing by 2 after going down 4 early. Menza makes the aerial read and pushes it towards the far corner, and it's enough to beat the defenders there. 2:17 left to play. 4-2 game. Back in the blue side half. Nokia plays out. Menza and Iva there for the task. Colian will push this one off of the net and then back up towards possession in the orange half, where Iva tries to go off side wall. Iva into the aerial. looking for it, tries to make a quick read as that ball jumps off the card, and Diddy will push it wide. Nokia up for this one and plays across where Shadow will take. Shadow into it with a quick pop, make sure it stays past the defender, and Iva will go for it. Iva tries to get a shot off, but Diddy is there for the task. Plays out towards Nokia. Nokia plays into the orange side half. Iva playing high and across. Diddy is jumping, and that will be a 50 at least, forcing back into the orange side half, where Shadow will play off back wall, off to the side. Iva reads the center from Colian. Up to Menza, where he will fire one towards the blue side. Shadow out off the corner. Menza not quite able to get to it as this sits. Diddy with a quick shot that ends up going over Ava, and that will be converted for a 3-goal lead to Beta Male Wolves with a minute 13 left to play. Well hard, 3 goals in a minute 13 is still doable. Diddy off the kickoff, ending up getting a shot on this one. Menz is there, equal to the task. As this then plays out, Shadow tries to play forward, but Colian ends up intercepting. Colian intercepts and ends up pinching with Diddy and finds himself just wide of the net on this one, but it does keep bouncing around, but Iva will clear from the front of the orange side net. Tries to go up, going for it where they end up 50ing with Nokia, and it's left for Diddy as he tries to take, but Shadow ends up reading and plays back. Colian off the sidewall here, playing out towards center, dropping it center, and Nokia is there for it, and ends up putting this one into the back of the orange side net, once again giving the Beta Male Wolves a 4-goal lead. Back at the kickoff circle. Shadow and Colian ends up forcing. Diddy ends up getting around it, but Menza is there to make sure that he does not have an open net. Colian plays out where he's met by Menza and needs to jump into this one. Shadow plays, and Nokia will push this one back towards the orange side net. Iva pushes back the corner, then Menza pushes back out. Iva plays on, and Diddy grabs the ball and plays back into the orange half. In the orange half, Diddy is met by Shadow, and then Iva pushes wide. Back up high, 4 seconds left. Any last second efforts. Colian off the backside wall into the high. That will drop there, and we will see Beta Male Wolves taking a 2-1 series lead after that game. A convincing start was enough to make sure the Beta Male Wolves got the dubs in that one, where they find themselves scoring 4 early. Diddy is putting on his best efforts today to try to ensure that his team is getting the win. That is for sure, Hodge. Back into it we go. All players are in the lobby. Back to the center, Menza and Diddy interacting with each other. Nokia tries to take offside wall, tries to get a quick play. Touch that ends up pushing it towards the center. Colian is there, but Ivo with the read to push that one out. And in the cluster, it ends up going up high and back out. Ivo with a shot towards the net. Is it enough? And it seems like it is. On the goal line save heroics from Orange into the quick counterattack, where Menza will get the last second touch on it to put it away, but Iva did fire that one towards the blue net and puts it where Menza's in a good scoring opportunity as he makes sure that it does beat the defender. Back we go. Shadow playing high. Diddy meets it when it falls, and then back into the orange side half. In the orange side half, Diddy tries to center. With the center attempt, Shadow is there for it and pushes this one back on. Shadow off the back wall, but Colian will intercept. As this gets pushed forward on by Diddy, trying to get towards the center of the net. Iva is there to push it back into the corner. Colian plays back out. Looks like Menza should possess this one. Menza with the quick flick, trying to pass to Iva. Nokia reads it and intercepts that. Shadow once again playing back towards the side where Diddy ends up reaching this one, popping high. Iva makes sure it doesn't fall towards the central. Met by Diddy as this one pops. Oh, Colian off the high crossbar, almost doubled up, not quite able to do so. Menza with the flick back down to Shadow. Shadow looking for it with a quick flick. He ends up beating Diddy on the goal line and gives Intercept Artemis a 2-goal lead early in this one. Little different start where Intercept Artemis find themselves being the ones up early. 3:44 left to play, anyone's game. Still up for the taking. Menza and Nokia back at the kickoff line. This finds itself falling into the blue half. Diddy plays high off back wall, up for it, trying to double, not quite. Down to Nokia. Nokia back off the back wall. Up for Colian. Colian with a quick shot, and that one is enough after the barrage of the backboard. Touch out from Nokia to Colian, and he will put this one away. Two-1 game now. Beta Male Wolves pulling one closer. At the kickoff, Ivan Colian. Looks like Nokia will force. This falls down to Shadow. Shadow plays on into the blue half where Colian meets it. Puts it back into the orange side half. Menza off the sidewall trying to play out. Iva is sitting at the net and pushes that one wide and out. Up for Menza. Ends up being read by Nokia. Nokia pushes back onwards. Shadow playing on out, where Diddy ends up pushing this back towards the orange side net. Iva is equal to the task. Met by Colian and still in this corner. Menza with a quick touch, looking for another one. Gets one, actually over two. So race for the ball, but Diddy looks like he should be able to get this one. Diddy forces, and Quick tries to play it over Menza in that, but is met by Menza on a 50. Nokia ends up 50ing an orange defender, and ends up not having the boost to continue onward. Shadow will play off the sidewall out towards Menza. Menza hits upwards where Diddy awaits. Diddy plays high. Iva pushing this one off his own backboard and out. Nokia wraps around it, leaves it for Colian. Colian plays back to the center where Menza will take this. Menza going for it, 50s Diddy, and it goes all the way across where Colian pushes it. Nokia takes it. Nokia looking for Diddy far side. Diddy tries to drop it back towards center, but Iva is waiting on that one. Shadow tries to play back across for Iva, but that gets intercepted by Nokia. Colian and Menza meet up on a 50, and this will be left for Diddy. Diddy and Iva. Iva up. Diddy trying to double up just wide. Not quite able to convert. Drops down for Colian. Colian fires one. Ends up hitting Diddy. And here we see Iva taking. Iva trying to play towards the center. Tries to get a light touch, but it ends up dropping just wide, and Nokia will push it back to the corner. Menza playing out of the corner, back towards the central. Drops down central, and Shadow is there for it. Shadow converts, giving Intercept Artemis a 3-1 lead. (3-1) lead for Intercept Artemis. Trying to make this series go the whole distance. Nokia and Menza back at the kickoff circle. Menza tries to fire. Doesn't look like he gets it. Diddy does get around this one. Fires one. Hits the far pipe and back out across. Colian ends up firing off the back wall. And Shadow will push this one outwards. Ends up falling down where Colian and Ava meet and push this one to the side. Off the sidewall. Diddy waits. Diddy tries to take. Diddy with the pop high into a shot. And Iva tries to make the last second save, but is unfortunately not able to do so. A good enough a shot by Diddy in order to put this one back home by beating the last defender. Very close effort from Iva, but not quite able to get back to it. 2-3 game. Beta Male Wolves once again pulling within 1. Minute 16 left to play. Diddy taking off the sidewall. Menza looking for it. Diddy off sidewall again. Iva pushes out to make sure it's not in front of the net. Nokia plays there. Shadow with the pop up for Iva. Looks like it's just out of their reach, so Shadow will continue on with it in the corner. Met by Diddy. Iva plays off the sidewall, trying to get it back to the center. Looks like it could, but Colian pushes this one out. Menza tries to possess this one. Met by Colian and goes off the sidewall, back down into the corner. Menza's soft touch. Nokia will meet it and push it. Iva off the back wall, still high in front. Menza pushes to the far side corner. Here we see Iva take. Iva looking for it. Dribbling the ball forward. Quick pop off the outside. Back up. trying to play across the teammates. No one quite able to get to it. Diddy fires a shot yet again. Iva with a great save to push it just wide. Diddy tries to leave it center, but Iva is equal to the task. Back out from the center from Kolian. They're going to need a goal in the next 18 here. This one bounces high. Menzo plays across into the aerial, into Iva, and Iva will convert that one to give Intercept Artemis a 2-goal lead in the last 11 seconds. Great pass from Menzo over to Iva, who is ready for it and is able to beat Nokia onto that ball. Make sure that they convert it back into the net. It looks like we should be heading the whole distance here today, going all 5 games in the first series. Menzo off the sidewall. Diddy pushes this one wide into the corner. Diddy plays onwards, trying for it. Last second, Shadow hits up and across. Iva looking for a touch. Iva pushes it, but it ends up falling wide. And here we will see this one going the distance as Intercept Artemis take game 4. Anyone's series all comes down to one game. Who will be getting their first IGL dub on the season? Very even met so far between the games. It's hype action time. Who will show up in the clutch moments of Game 5? Series on the line. Alright, all players all ready. We will ready up. And we will get back in the lobby for the last game. Here we are. Everything on the line. One last time. Both teams loading in. Winner takes it. Back to the kickoff circle. Menza and Diddy. Menza managing to push this one forward convincingly. Tries to play out towards center. Ends up getting a touch. Nokia reads in the corner. Back it falls. It looks like Iva will take. Iva looking for it. Tries to play across to Menza. Menza is there for it. Pops over Diddy, but Nokia is back. Nokia fires up the field. Iva with the touch, but Diddy forces that one back down into the orange side half. Menza playing out of the orange side half. Trying to play forward up to Iva. Iva with the play on, but Nokia ends up hitting that over to Kolian. Kolian off the wall to beat a defender. Back up high, looking for the center. This doesn't quite bounce out the way he intended. Diddy with a backflip on that one to force back into the corner. Shadow takes. Shadow off the sidewall. Met by Nokia. Menza and Kolian end up meeting up off the hot side back wall. Unable to get a touch on it. Down. Nokia with the shot and will put that one away underneath the crossbar for Beta Male Wolves to find themselves up 1 yet again early in this one. 50 seconds of play passed. Beta Male Wolves find themselves converting first. Here we see it, back at the kickoff line. Kolian and Shadow meeting up, into Menza and Diddy meeting up. Menza gets the better of that 50. Nokia tries to jump at it, not quite able to get there. And Menza will get back to that one. Shadow credited with an assist for the kickoff where he met the 50. And then Menza takes from there and makes sure he converts this one back home. Quick answer from Intercept Artemis to tie this one right back up, 1-1. 4:06 left to play. Shadow and Kolian off the kickoff. Looking like it's there for Menza. Menza looking upwards, trying to hit Iva across. Iva trying to get the redirect, not quite. Bounces out to Shadow. Shadow plays past Diddy, tries to fire one towards the net, but Nokia is there for that. Nokia plays onwards into the orange half, bounces out, tries to get quick touch across, unable to do much more with it. Menza out of the inside corner, plays out to Shadow. Shadow takes here. Shadow tries to beat Nokia with it, but Diddy is sitting on that touch and plays forward. Nokia hits that one and ends up being a little bit of a misfortunate redirect. Menza with the shot, but Kolian is equal to the task. Back out towards the center. Iva sitting on it just high, but it comes back out for Shadow, and he converts. Giving it where we find ourselves 2-1 lead toward Intercept Artemis in this one. The pass off the backboard, and Shadow was the first to get to that one and puts it back home. Intercept Artemis now find themselves with the lead in this pivotal Game 5. Menza and Kolian back at the center line. Nokia possesses. Nokia flicks past Shadow. Gets a touch, 50s with Menza, and it heads towards the orange net. Ends up going high and across. Diddy with the shot, just high. Iva reaches it, pushes it back out. Iva off the sidewall here, plays onwards. Off the back wall and out towards Shadow. Shadow playing it and shoots it. Shadow will convert. Bit my tongue there. Shadow converts that one and puts it back into the net to give Intercept Artemis a 2-goal lead. Back at the center line, Menza and Diddy. Nokia plays off of it, back out to Diddy. Diddy with a flick, but met by Shadow. Shadow puts it, ends up hitting the pipe and going in. The 50 with the play from Shadow there, ending up putting it right on net off of the shot, and finds himself with an opening and does convert. 3-goal lead for Intercept Artemis. Back out to the center, Ivan Diddy. The quick kick out. Napoleon tries to possess, Menza instead takes. Nokia plays out for Diddy. Diddy into the far side half. Demos one. Continues onward. Quick touch across. Tries to get to the center. Menza ends up pushing this one high and wide. Back at the center. Shadow over the defender into Menza playing on. Nokia leaves for Diddy. Diddy pops high. Up on this one. Iva up for that. Pushes it back to the corner. Diddy tries the central. Not quite able to do so. Nokia into the attempt at the center. Across he comes, but Shadow is there for it, sitting on the task. Shadow with a quick bump on the defender, but Colian will be able to grab possession of this one. Plays over the defense, off the back wall, pinches it with Iva, and it ends up not being able to go back towards center. Shadow and Diddy play on. Colian with the pass back to Nokia, and this one will drop center. Menza with the pinch, over to Iva. Iva with the shot. Diddy is equal for the save. Diddy off the sidewall. Pushing on, trying to get a center. Once again comes across, but unfortunately no one's there for it. Iva takes. Iva plays off the wall, looking high. The bump probably puts those two out of this play for a bit. Nokia plays down to Diddy. Diddy fires a shot. It's high. Iva not able to get to it, and that will be a goal for Diddy, pulling Beta Male Wolves back within 2 with 1:36 left to play. Minute 36 left, game 5, pivotal moment. Beta Male Wolves find themselves trailing by 2, back at the kickoff line. 250s push themselves wide. Here we see Shadow trying to go up. Nokia actually plays on into the orange side half. As it plays back out, Diddy with a shot that goes just high. Out to Colian. Colian just wide. Diddy grabs it. Menza takes from here. Colian plays off that sidewall. Unfortunate circumstances. It looks like it was sending the house from orange, and it ends up going just wide. Pop back high. Shadow beats one. Plays across over to Iva. Nokia is there for the read on it. Back into the blue. Menza faking one. Diddy hits out off sidewall. Back falling into the orange side half. Iva plays out. Napoleon across. As this will be taken by Colian yet again with the touch up the field. Diddy going for this one. Looking for a shot. 36 seconds left. Ends up going high out towards the center. Nokia just wide. Colian with the shot. This one finds its way underneath the crossbar and in. Beta Male Wolves pulling themselves back to within 1. 30 seconds left. Got the kickoff line, Colian and Shadow. Pops out to Diddy. Diddy going high, trying to double up. Not quite. But Colian puts this away. Ties it back up. 4-4, tie game. Beta Male Wolves and Intercept Artemis. Anybody's game. 22 seconds left to play. Shadow pushes outwards. Off sidewall. Blue brings up. Menza pops high. Up for Shadow. Shadow towards the center. It will drop. We will need overtime.
Menza pushes this wide. Off wall, Shadow takes. Playing on. Just high, Ava is not able to reach. Menza playing back towards center. Nokia meets him. Shadow off the sidewall. Trying to hit center. Diddy sits on it, reads it, pushes it out. Back into the orange side half. Ivo takes possession here. Met by Nokia. Net drops for Diddy. Diddy pushes it wide, not allowing an easy goal to go past. Shadow plays back in blue half. Shadow out to Menza. Menza just high, trying to double up. Gets a soft touch back down center. Shadow just high. Unable to convert on that one. Out to Iva. Iva playing it right where the defender pops this back out. Find itself falling again. Menza. Quick shot. Iva trying to run the defenders out, but Diddy is there for the task. Shadow off the sidewall. Back out Diddy. Playing for the far side corner. Unable to quite get it. Orange defense pushes that one to the side nicely. Shadow plays back towards center. Met by Nokia with a shot. Iva does get the save in time. Back into the corner. Iva pushing this one back towards the center. Met by Diddy. Diddy takes into the orange half. Shadow reads this and pushes this one back outwards. Nokia with the shot back down. Iva is there for it. Pushing it back. Colian with a touch. This comes back out towards Shadow. Shadow off the sidewall. Back to the center. Diddy. Diddy with the shot. Menza is able to sit on that one, make the save, and play forward. Menza ends up getting a good 50 with it, and that one's open for Iva. And Iva will convert. That will end up being the winning goal for Intercept. Artemis are able to convert in this one. While they did find themselves Beta Male Wolves found themselves on the verge of a comeback with that one, Intercept Artemis does put it away and take it in Game 5. What an insane series we had here. Back and forth gameplay the whole time. Well played by all players. GG's to all. With that one, thank you guys for having me cast. And it was kind of the unfortunate triple commit there, Hodge. But that's what ended up happening. With that, I do have another game in a little bit. So I probably will just end up leaving my stream up, and I will be in the process of getting everything ready for that one. But thank you guys so much from Intercept Artemis and Beta Male Wolves. It was a heck of a series watching you guys go at it. Insane plays from both teams. Alrighty. Now I need some things to change. So